Hey y'all, hey, happy day to you. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching today's video. If you missed Friday's episode, be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss anything else. And because I care about you, here's a quick recap. House built plus house furnished plus leftover money in the house fund equals one fun day in the sun, and this is exactly what they got. For this squad, life was good. With the security of a roof over their heads, the squad was able to breathe easier and sleep better. But they knew they weren't done, and there was still work to do. So that meant that Madison was back at the library, pounding away at the keyboard and working on the next great American novel. At least that's what she hoped she would get paid for it. Or maybe she should start a fun smut series. Everyone loves a sexy werewolf shifter. Either way it goes, the more she wrote, the larger those royalty checks would be. And that's what she was aiming for. What was it that Sage said she wanted? A marble kitchen, right? Sage was back in front of her easel. Her skill was getting higher, and she was getting paid way more than the $12 she used to make for her paintings now. She wanted to start a special Arya's Bookstore Savings Fund. So however much she was getting paid for her paintings, she was grateful and still hopeful that one day soon she was going to be cranking out masterpieces. She was feeling super creative and inspired lately. I wonder why. When Arya wasn't working in the garden, she was giving some time to growing her other skills, such as sketching. One of the main reasons that they picked the plot that they were living on is because of the view. It screamed, "Look over here, you beautiful artist!" So that's where she started her mornings. Later in the day, she would head over to some part of town and bust out her camera to work on her photography skill. Granted, she wasn't the most skilled in the area, but she did do better than Sage did when she tried photography and basically just took photos of her fingers. Also, for the photos that didn't sell for much, she decided to start a blog and use the photos there. Madison really deserved to have a computer at home, so she didn't have to go to the library, and Arya wanted to gift her that. Yeah, life was pretty great. But there was one thing that Madison noticed, and she had to speak up on it. So she invited Sage out for a girls' night. Oh my God, this is so great! I know. Come over here, I want to talk to you real quick. I'm so out of breath. It's so sad. I feel like I have to work out more to be able to come dance. I know, right? Hey, Sage, I wanted to ask you something. What's going on, Maddie? I've noticed that you're coming home really late, like after me and Arya are asleep. And then you sleep in really late too. Are you up to something? What? Like, like what? Like, up to something like what? I don't know. You tell me. Okay, so I'm kind of seeing someone. Sage? No way. Who? You remember that guy I was skating with at the park that day? Oh, yeah, I remember him. So it's him. Oh. Sage, I think it's great that you found someone that you're interested in. But don't you think it's weird that this dude only wants to take you out late at night? How much do you know about him? What's his sign? What does he do for work? You know what? I'm sorry. I'm overstepping. Just be careful, okay? I will. Later that week, Hank asked if Sage wanted to hang out. And when she said sure, he asked her to meet him at the graveyard after he gets off work. What? Meet him at the... Where? Sage, girl. Okay, so obviously he did something in the law enforcement field. The more time she spent with him, the more she could picture herself with him for the long haul. But there were those questions that Madison brought up. So she thought she should ask. So what's his career? Law enforcement. Well, right now, traffic cop. But still, that's something. What's his sign? Sagittarius. Ooh, those are compatible. Is he single? No. Damn it.
Levy. Whoa!
Sage was feeling so conflicted. In her head, she knew that it was wrong and she should tell him to get lost. But in her heart, just look at her moodlets. All she knew for sure was that as of right now, she did not need to mention any of this to the squad. She just needed to go to sleep. This seemed like a tomorrow problem.